Here are your instructions for your practicals today. This is going to be applicable for today, Monday, the 12th, and the Thursday practical when you go into the field. Next week, Monday, we're going to work on fish, which is going to be different. So if we have a quick review of the practicals that you have for this module or this term, practical 1 was to review available biophysical data for the Niles River catchment, which all of you, I hope, are busy with. Practical 2 is prepare a guide for fishes, fish guide, which I hope you're busy with as well. Everything you need, you have. I have not had a single question, so I assume that you guys are busy. Practical 3 is the rapid river health monitoring assessment on the sites. Today, we are going to do the odd groups on the 12th, and on the 15th, the even groups, as we have discussed. Then next week, Monday, we're doing the fish communities of your reach, and then, and then remember that in the context of practical 4, groups 1 to 5, 1 to 10, some of you guys have got your data already, your fish data. So which are the groups that did their fish prac last week, Thursday? I think it was group 11 to 15. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, so 11 to 15 has already got their fish stuff. I would like you still to attend Monday, but you've got your data. You must keep that data. You understand? Yes. Okay, cool. So today I'm going to focus on practical 3, because that's what you're doing today, and that's what you're going to do on Thursday. This is where you're going. You're going to the Niles River. The Niles River just upstream of the R40, and you know there's this low water bridge, this bridge that you work from. And we work from the bridge, the pool area, past the rocks where we meet. Here's where we park. Around the corner to where snake number 1 is. Up here to where snake number 2 is. Around the corner here to where snake number 3 is. Okay, so you're with me. Don't worry, the crocodile's here. Okay, so you're fine. As long as you stay there, the crocodile's leave you. I'm kidding. Okay, the first thing you need to do is, guys, you need to take within your group, you need to split up, I think, into different components. Okay? And some of you guys have started this already, which is going to help you. But I want you to split your group up today into different components to do all of the prac. You must decide who does what. Okay. The first part you need to do is you need to map out the whole reach. So you need to work from the top to the bottom, and you're going to draw. I'm going to give you a map like this. You can draw on the map to show exactly where the different biotopes are. Pools, rapids, riffles, glides. Okay. That information is on your guide. Okay, let me just quickly go to that so I can show you what I'm referring to. Okay. So this guide, all of you guys will get a copy of this guide, or at least you'll get a few per group. On this guide, you've got an indication of what are the different silt, sand, gravel, cobble, large cobble, boulder, boulder sizes, okay? So you can look at the sizes and you can determine then what it is, what your physical substrate size is. By the way, nobody's asked me what the Smarties mean. There's a picture of Smarties on your thing, and nobody's come to me to ask, what does it mean? The point of the Smarties, guys, is to show you when we talk about these measurements, what are we measuring? Are we measuring the width or the length or the height? What do you measure? Okay? So what happens is, you can think of a grid. Okay? If you had a grid like this, and you were trying to shake those rocks through a grid, what is the measurement that needs to be small enough to fit through the grid? You understand? So if this rock is long, you don't measure the length. You measure the width, because that width gives you an idea of it can fit through the grid going straight. Do you understand? So you don't measure the length, the height of your rocks. You measure their widths. Because if they're shaking around, they can fit through. You understand? That's to show you how you measure your lengths. Okay, this is just information. Then, in terms of your flow types, take your diagram. And you need to know, again, what is no flow, barely perceptible flow, smooth, uniform, ripple or surging flow, undulating standing waves, broken standing waves, free falling. You need to write this on your graph. Where are these things? These things help you to determine if you have a trickle, a pool, a glide, a run, a riffle, a rapid, and a chute. Okay. So these things, run, riffle, rapid, shoot, these are the things that are on, that you need to record on your first map, which would come up now if I can get it, this map. You with me? Okay, read the instructions from the bottom to the top, walk the whole thing and draw. Can you see how I'm trying to show you that you can draw all the differences here and draw lines and highlight which is which? That's the first thing you do. The next thing you do is there are 4 focus areas. And for each of these 4 focus areas, you have to draw the habitat available in those areas and the substrate types in greater detail. Okay, here's an example. Does this look familiar? One of your groups did a section through here. This is the Nyoka group. Do you remember? I called you guys the Nyoka group because there was a snake here. There was a snake here, but it was a yellow-bellied sand snake. It's fine. He's cute. He's helpful. He's just keeping all the bad things away from your side. So here, we did a cross-section across there. Do you remember? One of you guys did it. This is one of the areas that you have to map out. You understand? So what are you looking for? You're looking for substrate types. You're looking for depths. You're looking for velocities. You're looking for the different cover features for fish. You understand that? You're looking at the direction of the flows. So what you do is you create a picture that looks like this. Exposed boulders, cobbles and boulders, fast flow, bedrock, fast flow, medium flow, slow deep, cobbles. I'll show you about the fast deep, slow deep in a moment. But you can see the arrows represent the flow. Can you see there are lots of arrows up there that represent fast flow? Let me take the picture away. See, lots of high velocities there, lots of arrows, less arrows, long arrows meaning fast flow, short arrows meaning slow flow. And I can write out where are my boulders, where are my cobbles and boulders, where's the gravel, okay? The shaded areas where the different substrates are, overhanging vegetation in circles, directions of the arrows, all that information you can put onto your map. You with me? Draw a nice map. The example that you were given is a map like this. You see, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I just want to show you that you can create this map easily from this distribution. How do you know what's there? You've got to get inside. Yeah, you've got to get in. All right. Okay, and then velocity depth classes. Should I show you that now? Let me wait for a moment because I'm recording this. I'm going to put it on YouTube quickly. Okay, the last thing is to do your cross sections. Okay, so the cross section you get is this table. Remember? And this table has got indicate the left edge or the right edge. Which is the left edge? If this is a river flowing through the class in the middle here, the river is flowing from me towards the wall. Which is my left and which is my right? You look at the direction that the water is flowing. The left is on the left and the right on the right. Do you remember that? Some of you guys, we were talking about that last week. So first thing you do is you write here, left edge, right edge. And then you must fill out this table. The first thing is geomorphic habitat unit. So you've got to decide where your section is. Are you dealing with a pool, or a run, or a riffle, or a glide? What is it? Or is there a combination? Pool, riffle, pool, rapid. Everybody had a combination, and I'm going to show you quickly what they look like now. Then, I've already identified section 1 to section 5. Quickly just open Google Earth. So I will tell you if you're working on section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, or section 5. Everybody has got... can you see this? Whoops, not down there. Ah, it's gone. Darn it. Just see if I saved it somewhere else. No. Okay, so what I want to show you is, if you work from the bridge here, the first section is over here, but I will show you this later. Remember we marked it with little rocks. There's a section here, 1, 2, 3, over here where they break up into 2, 4, and 1 over here, 5. Okay, so I will show each of you which one you're doing. Then, I'm going to give you guys this tool today. Oh, here we go. There we go. Oh, you can't see it. So I'm going to upload this tool now to the Moodle as well. You can see where your sections are. Section 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, that's where you guys did the cross sections. We've marked them with stones. I'm going to show you where they are. This little tool, by the way, is the tool that you're going to populate for your assessment. So each group has to fill in this tool. You were telling me, what must I do with the data sheet when I'm done? Well, you must use this tool. You must put it here. Let me show you what you need to do. So I've hid the sheets that you don't need. So there are many other sheets. If you press right click and you press unhide, you will see there are lots of other sheets. Don't worry about those sheets. Don't play with those sheets. Okay, this is where you're working. The first thing you do is you've got this template. This template is the same as this sheet. Can't see that one. Okay. So you've filled in this sheet. From this sheet, you're going to fill in that template. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to say left edge. Then you're going to say, what is the habitat unit? It's a riffle pool. Then you're going to say, what is the cross section? Dr. O'Brien gave us section number 1. So you start with 1.01. Oh, it's here. Then the first measurement, there's no distance between the measurement, it's 0. Okay, that was different to what I showed you last week. It's 0. I'm going to show you why. The next measurement, 1.02. And the distance between them is 20 centimeters. Okay, it asks you to put all the measurements down in meters. I just want to do the alignment. Okay, what is the depth? Then, on the water's edge, when you start, the depth is 0. The maximum head and the minimum head is 0. You understand that? You remember some of you guys who did this from last week. Okay, but I'm going to show you what I did with my son. Hold on, I'm trying to get it to play. Hold on. Just a moment. Ah, it doesn't want to. Just a second, please. Just a second, I have to upload the video into the presentation, otherwise it won't work. Okay. Still recording? Yes, we are. All right, here's the video. Okay, please listen quietly, okay? I just want to show you, this is what you're going to do later. You see, so what I did is, this is section 2 actually. So I went back to your section. Is it trying? No. Yeah, struggle. Okay, I'm going to show you the little video afterwards of how you do the measurements, because it doesn't seem to be working. I think it's because of the extended screen issue. All right, so what you do is when you start these measurements, guys, first you have no depth on the edge, you have no velocity. So it's all 0, 0, 0. Then you decide, what do you find? When you do the section, you must just read these things. Is it roots? fine sand, gravel, cobble, boulder, bedrock, woody debris. Detritus is leaves and sticks and things. Okay? Substrates, filamentous algae and diatomous algae. I've added this for you guys to show you what do I mean by that. Look here. Okay, this is filamentous algae. It's long and stringy. You don't have any of this there. You see it's long and stringy. It's lots of nutrients when you have this, long. The diatomous algae is where the rocks are very slimy. You slip on the rocks, but the rocks look clean, but if you rub the rocks, they're a little bit slippery. That's diatomous algae. So we've got a lot of this diatomous algae. We don't have the filamentous algae. Okay. Great. Then substrate, how embedded is it? This is a measure of if your rocks are stuck in the sand and they cannot get it out, is it completely buried? Or is it mostly exposed? Or is it completely exposed? You can pick it up. So this embeddedness score, your bedrock is embedded, but all your cobbles and boulders are loose. Okay, so your score is how much of it is embedded. Very little is embedded because it's loose on top. Or if you do your section where it's on bedrock and you cannot lift anything up. Just a percentage here. In-stream vegetation, any aquatic vegetation or overhanging vegetation, trees and reeds and things hanging over. And then are there any undercut banks where you can stick your terminal or you can stick your pole underneath the bottom? Okay, so that's what you need to complete and fill out. So today each group is going to do a cross-section and each group is going to do the maps. So you have 3 parts. The map for the whole reach, the map for each focus section, and the cross-section. Okay, when you've done your cross-section, guys, you're going to go onto Moodle and you're going to get this tool. You see, and you'll notice here, it says here, the 8th of the 8th last week. Let me make it a bit bigger. I filled it in just to try and help you a little bit, to show you what it looks like. The 8th of the 8th, the first group had a pool riffle habitat, and they started. 1.01 was the first measurement on the edge. It was the left edge. And then 1.02 was the next measurement. And they worked across the whole habitat, you see, until they got to the right edge. Every measurement was 0.2 apart. Okay, what I did is, just to show you this example, I've taken some where the depth is the same, and they've marked all of their changes. When you fill in this table, immediately what happens is you can go to this cross-section graph, and you can see it gives you your profile. You see that? If you put the data in that table and you come here, you will see the profile. And what it does on top of the profile is it also gives you all of your habitat measurements that you measured. Okay, then what I did is I went and put in all the species that have got preferences there. And it's already showing me, based on the requirements of the species, where you could find the species. It's quickly like that for you. So if you take this template, it's set up for the Nile River, you put your data in the beginning, you can draw your curve like this, and you can see exactly what the data is. Then, if you go back to the starting, here, the index, no, the site. This even includes your discharge. Where is it now? Oh, I'll just have to check to get that working. Okay, it says it's 0, but it's not, can't be 0. Okay, so I'll just check on that, but that's all that's not there. So everything else is there for you. Okay, if you go back to your chart, your cross-section, the way that I drew your cross-section here, guys, if you want to know which cross-section you're drawing, you don't delete any data, you just add on the bottom. Then what you do is you come to this filter up top here, and then you'll see what I've done is I've selected, you deselect all of them, and then you can mark in. Can you guys see this? Okay, on the corner there. So I'm deselecting all of them, and then I only want to mark section 1, or section 2, or section 3, or section 4. It's up to you. You see, and if you click your cross-section, and all of the data you've got for your cross section until you get to number 2, and you press OK, then you'll see what it does is it changes the graph to your data. See? You see, that was the example I just played with. And if you go back and you want to do number 3, then you just click in all the number 3s. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, you understand? So you collect everything on your sheet. You come to this tool, which will be on Moodle. You put it all in the cross section here. So you guys will start here. You will start with the 12/08/2019. You're going to start with the, doesn't like my format. I think it's, yeah. Okay, I'll fix that. And then you're going to start with the left edge. What is your habitat type that you did? You could do a pool riffle or whatever it is, because you look at your sheet. And then you start with your first measurement of 1.01, that group. The distance is 0, you're starting. The depth is 0. The head and the is all 0, you see. And then you put in, instead of an X, you put in a number 1. You understand? Then you go your next measurement, 1.02. Now, the depth is 0,5, for example. The velocity head is 0,55 and 0,45. You see the differences between the heads on your velocity rod. The distance is 0.2, 0,5, 0,55, and 0,45, the right place. And then you can mark again what you found. You understand? And you work all the way across until you get to your right edge. And you just need to copy paste this data. That's all. Then you can take it out, guys, and you're going to scan your graphs. You're going to scan your sheet. You're going to scan your cross-section data, and you're going to put that all into your report. Okay, this is your practical part. You put it into the report. You've got a review of the catchment area. You know what's there. You know what the discharge is. You're ready to write your report. You with me? Okay, great.